Hello everyone, welcome to Coding Techniques. In this video, we are going to see how to work with the side menu. So the design which I'm going to build is, this is a modern side menu design which I have built earlier, and now I'm going to teach you how to build this design in Ionic 5 and above applications. So let's get started with that. And I want to inform you that if you are not following my videos, so this is actually a continuation of a series of videos which I have already created. The link is available in the description out there, and for the previous video you can click on the I button also. You can just check it out there, or if you just want to create the side menu, then you can just go ahead with this video and you can create it up. Alright, and if you are a new user, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button if you like my videos, and do share the videos. Also please comment if you have any queries. Alright, and if you do not know how to create a new application in Ionic, then I have already created a video for that. The link is out there in the description. You can just go there and create a new project from the scratch. Alright, so with this I'll start the video. And for creating our side menu, well, there is a predefined template also which is available, which is given by Ionic, but I'll be doing it from the scratch. So I'll go to the app.component.html. Out there I'm going to work with the ion menu. So now I want this to be pretty responsive, and for that what I'll do, I'll start with ion-split-pane tag. Now this is responsible for making the menu responsive in a website format also. Alright, now within this I'm going to have my ion menu. Now in this ion-split-pane, I'll pass the content ID to be main content, and similarly in my ion menu also I'll pass the same content ID main content, so that this both can be synced. And I'll also pass a type of overlay. Alright, now I'll work with the ion content within that. Now within the ion content I'm going to have the ion list. Now you must be wondering how you will see the changes which I'm doing out here. Well, in order to see the changes, well, in the home page or in any other page, if you're not creating this design, then what I'm going to do, I'll simply uncomment this up. Now you can check it out here. We still don't see the menu button out here, and for doing that what I have to do, in the ion menu button I'll pass the menu ID, and within that I'm going to pass custom menu. Similarly in my app.component.html also I'm going to pass menu ID equals to custom menu. Alright, we still don't see the menu button out here. Okay, the reason is that because I have not passed the main content ion router outlet, which I thought I have passed. So this is the thing which I have to pass, and then only it's gonna work. So I'll just save it right now and let's check it out. So this is basically the ion router outlet which we use to pass the dynamic data. And now you can see this is coming up. If I click on it, you can see that it is showing me the side menu. Now we need to work with the side menu design. So let's do it. Now in the ion list, what am I going to have? I'll pass a class of ion text center because I want to center all of it. And also I'll pass the main header class because this is my main header where I'm going to design all the things. Now within this ion list, I will have a div which I'll align to center, and within that I will have an ion avatar. I will pass an ion avatar because I want the image to be round shaped, and then within that I'm going to pass the src to be asset/imgs/2.png, which I have already passed in the assets folder. It's already available out there. You can just access it up. It will be imgs. That's my folder name. And now out here I'm just passing a static image. Well, if you want the user image to be done out here, you can pass it dynamically as you like. Alright, there won't be any inverted. That's fine. Minor change. Alright, let's check it out. What do we get? So you can see the image is showing up out here, and it is almost in the round shape, which is very hard to detect right now, but I can see it. Alright, now let's work on the SCSS of it in our app.component.scss. In order to make that happen, we will pass some background to that and a lot of other things. Let's get started with that. So at first I'll start with the ion menu. Within the ion menu I'll work with the ion content in this manner. At first I will pass a background to this dash background, because it already has the ion content already has the property of for the background, and I'll pass variable dash ion item background variable dash dash ion background color, and then I'll pass the ion secondary color. So if you just check the ion item background, I'm passing ion background color, I'm changing all to the secondary color. Let's check it out. Or if I click on it, you can see the background of the ion content has changed. Now this is ion list, so I have to work with the ion list also. So now what I'll do, I'll work with the dot main header because we will have multiple lists. I'll pass a height of 25 VH, width to be 120%, little more than 100%, and I'll give a linear gradient background in this manner. The first one 90-degree variable. The first one will be the tertiary color which I'm going to pass, which will be 0%. The second one I'll pass is primary color and I'll give it 100%. Then I will also pass a box shadow of 0, 1 pixel, 10 pixel, and the color will be dash dash ion color light. But before that, you can see the background has changed to the gradient color which I have passed. Let's check this out. I will also pass border radius 0, 0, 50%, 50%. Now you can see the box shadow also. Now I'll save this after doing one more thing. I need to have some margin. Okay, let me just show you first and then I'll do it. Let's check it again. Alright, this is coming up. You can see the border radius also working, but as I have given width to be more than 100%, so I have to pass some margin left. So margin left will be, let's say, minus 4.5 VH so that it can move towards the left side a bit more. Let's check it out. Now it is perfect. Alright, so this is done. Now let's work with our content within that. So I will have the div, and within that I'll pass transform, translate in y direction to 3 VH. Then I'll work with the ion avatar, pass a width of 10 VH, height also to be 10 VH, and the background color I want to change it so that it can be visible. I'll pass the color to be dash dash ion color white, also some margin bottom of 5 pixels, and also I'll pass the border to be 7 pixel solid, and the color will be the primary one only. Alright, lot of styling. Let's check it out. Now you can see this is nicely coming up. The background I have set it to white color. Alright, I have given a border also. If you just look at it very closely, then you will see a slight border after the ion avatar. You can just see out here. Alright, this is the same color as this one, so you hardly see a difference. If you give it tertiary also, you can just check it out, but it is looking nice. I am happy with this design, which is actually giving it a shadow effect, which I am very much happy with. Now we will go to our HTML again and work with the other stuffs which we need, and that will be after ion avatar. I am going to pass an ion label to which I'll pass the color to be white. Otherwise it will take the primary color or the dark color. Maybe it will take the dark color by default. I'll pass the name Nikhil Agarwal, p tag within that, to which I will pass a class user details, and within this I am going to have an ion text where I am going to pass the phone number, let's say 5 times 9, 5 times 0, and I'll also show the email address. Any email address will be fine. Alright, let's check this out. So now you can see this is coming up, but we need to design it a bit more. So for doing that, I will go to the SCSS of app component, and out there what am I going to do? At first, to my ion content, I'll change the font family out here in the whole content. Font family to be Leto, which I really like. Then letter spacing everywhere, I want to give it 0.5 pixels. Alright, and then I'm going to work with the ion label out here. Ion label, font weight bold, font size to be 1.2 rem. Then I'll play with the p tag, giving it a margin top of 3 pixels so that we can have little spacing between the ion label and p tag. I'll work with the ion text, pass a font size of 0.7 rem, because within the p tag we have ion text where I'm passing the phone number and email. Let's check this out. Alright, so this is getting bigger and this is smaller, so it's looking pretty nice. So it's almost the same, right? As of now, let's work with this design. So I'll jump again to the HTML part, and I think this class is not needed, so I'll remove it. And after this, what I'm going to have, well, after this ion list, I will have an ion menu toggle, because whenever I click on that particular item out here, it will toggle. Alright, this and menu will get toggle and I can see the particular route. So in the and menu toggle, I'm going to have a class out here, menu items, which I will just define. Then it has a property of auto hide. I'll set it to false, and then I'm going to use loop out here, ng4 let p of pages, or yeah, p is fine, or page, you can give page of pages, and I'll also pass the index if needed. This is how we do it. Let me break it down a bit. Alright, that's fine. Now I need to declare this in my app.component.ts out here. So pages of type any array will be equal to an empty array initially. I'll just make it public. Now within this, I'm going to pass few objects. Title will be home at first, the URL will be /home, and the icon will be home. It will be a string. So similarly, I'll copy this few more times, and I will have the profile, then I will have about us, privacy, policy, and the last one is sign out. Now in the sign out, I'll not have any URL because I will have a click event. Icon will be logout, and I will also pass another property called route to true, route to false, because we are not routing anywhere else. We are just working with the click event out here. Otherwise it will create some problem because I am creating the data as dynamic. You can pass it directly also out there. You can have a lot of items out there, but I'm going to do it in this manner because this is pretty easier to do once you build this up. Then I will have privacy policy where I'm going to pass document lock. Then this one will be information circle. This one will be person, and the URL for this will be profile, which I have not created. It will give me an error if I do so. Now this one will be about, and this one will be privacy. Alright, now I need to create all these pages, otherwise I'll get the errors. So for doing that, let me create some pages. So pages Ionic G page. Within the pages folder, I'll first create the profile page. So this page is created. Now similarly, I'll create the other pages also, about, then privacy. Alright, so these pages are created, but we are not going to work with the about us and privacy policy. We will just work with the profile, that also in the next video. So now we just need to make it work. So I'll go to the HTML part, and out there, what am I going to do? Within the ion toggle, I will have an ion item. The color will be secondary, otherwise it will take the white color by default. I'll pass a class ion padding start. Then I'll work with the routing of it, but before that let me align it up so that it will look nice. Now out here, at first I'll pass the router link, which will be the URL that I'm passing out there. So array page.url. Alright, and before that lines will be none out here. Then I'm going to pass the router direction to be root, because this will make that particular route to be the root one. Now out here, detail will also be false because I don't want the arrow button, which occurs in iOS most of the time. So I don't want that button to show up, so I'll set it to false. And the last one will be the router link active. I'll set it to selected. Now within the ion item, what we are going to have? We will have an ion icon, slot to be start. Now for the iOS, well, I'll change this a bit. What am I going to have? For the iOS, I'll have page.icon name, and I'll append that with the dash outline to make it outline. Alright, for the iOS, and in the Android phones, I'll be using the sharp one. For that, page.icon, append it with a string dash sharp so that it will change that particular icon. Alright, then I'm going to have an ion label where I'm going to pass the title, page.title. Alright, now if I go to the menu, you can see the items are showing up. That's fine, but we need some designing to be done out here, and we don't see any detail out here. That's great. And if I click on it, see, you can see this is working, right? I don't have anything out here. Anyways, that's fine. So I will go back. Oh, that's working. So it's working, right? And now let's work with the design part. But before that, I want to do one more thing. I'll pass a condition to this ion item, ng-if page dot route. Alright, I have to pass, if it is false, that means I have to change the condition out here. It should be true, because otherwise I have to pass in all the places. So I will just give this condition out here, and then I'll simply copy this up and paste it one more time. Out here it will exist whenever the page route is true. And in this, what am I going to do? I'll not have any router link, router active and root direction. I'll simply remove all of it, and that's it. I don't want to change anything else. So what is basically happening is whenever someone clicks on this sign out button, so there won't be any navigation as of now. I'll do everything via the click event. So you can just simply pass a click event out here to this ion item and navigate to wherever you like after performing some operations in this manner. Now I'll simply declare it out here. That's it. Now if you check this out, if I click on it, menu toggle is working, but you won't see anything out here right now. Let's work with the designing first, and then you will be able to understand what changes we have made out here. So I'll go out here, and after the main header we have to start working. So main header finishes at this point. Now I'll work with the menu items. So dot menu items. Within that, at first I'll have padding left to 20 pixels. Then I'll work with the ion item which got selected. So ion item dot selected. The background will be RGBA. I'll pass the variable dash dash ion color primary RGB. So it will take the RGB color and 0.14. So I'll have that particular color. Then border left, I need to pass some border left so that it can be seen pretty nicely. The design will look awesome. Solid variable, the color will be tertiary. Alright, so we will achieve this border left out here. Then I'll work with the ion label, change the color of it to tertiary whenever it is selected, and the font weight to be bold. Now the ion item dot selected ion icon, I want to work with that also. I'll change the color to tertiary. Alright, now let's check this out. Out here you can see this is nicely set up, and we have the border left. Alright, now if I click on it, okay, I won't be able to see it right now. In order to see that, I have to have a menu button out there also. So in order to check that up, what I'll do, I'll open the pages, I'll go to the home page, and I'll simply copy this up and paste it in the profile page. Now let's check it out. So if I click on profile, and if I click it again, you can see that this one is getting selected. Similarly, it will work for all of this. And if I click on sign out, what happens? Let me click on it. I'll open it up. You can see the console is working fine. So this is working as expected. So everything is working fine. On sign out, nothing is happening. So right now my pointer is still on the profile page because I'm not navigating out here. So that's fine. That's completely fine for me. Alright, so what I'll do now, I'll go back to home page from here, and you can see it has toggled. So this everything is working fine out here. I'll just close this, and then now the next thing that I need to work with is the footer part, is this part. I think this all is fine. We just need to perform operations out here and we are good to go. So let's work with it quickly. So after the ion content, I will have an ion footer. I'll pass class ion no border. Then I will have a toolbar where I'm going to pass the color to be secondary, and within that I will have ion label, and within that I'm going to have an ion item where lines will be none and the color will be secondary. Alright, within that I will have the ion label. The text will be reach us via. Then I will have the three icons. Name will be, for the first one it will be call outline, and the slot of it will be end. I'll simply copy this up and paste it two more times. Change this one to mail, and the last one will be logo WhatsApp. There won't be any outline. If you want to check this out how I'm giving this, you can go to the ionicons.com and you will get this values or the names out there. Alright, so this is done. Let's check this out first, and then alright, you can see that this is coming up, but the effect is not the same. We need to design it up a bit, which is pretty simple actually. Now let's go to our SCSS to work with that. Now out here, I'll simply work with the ion menu, ion footer, and to the ion toolbar, I'll just pass the border radius of 10 pixels, 10 pixels. sorry, it will be 10 pixel at the top left and top right, and in the bottom I don't need any, so 0 0. So bottom left is 0, bottom right is 0. Now let's check it out, and there we go. You can see we have achieved the same design. If I just open this up, you can see that the design is exactly the same, which is pretty nice actually. Now the last thing that I wanted to tell you is the responsiveness of this design, but before that I want to show you an issue which I have encountered while writing the code. And when I check the app.component.html, right now out here you cannot see the problem, but if you scroll up, actually that Ion app is already available out here, so I have to remove this in order to make this work properly. Otherwise what will happen is, now this Ion router outlet is basically used to perform the angular routing dynamically. So whenever I'm clicking on any button, the navigation is done. That is done by a router link, but the pages are coming up because I am passing this Ion router outlet, and I am passing it out here actually in the ion-split-pane. So I don't need to do it in the Ion app, so I'll just simply remove it. Otherwise what will happen is, if I try to use any other popover, say like alert controller or ActionSheet controller or any other that kind of stuff, then it won't work because we are having two views, so that won't be an appropriate task. So I'll simply remove it and save it. Now it will work still the same. I will not have any problem. You can see that it is still working in a nice manner. Now I want to show you the responsiveness of this design. For that, what I'll do, I'll just hit on the responsive, and you can see how responsiveness, what kind of responsiveness it has. Now if I try to squeeze it, you can see that the menu bar is showing up here just like our application, and if I just make it a bigger one, just like a website, and now you can see because of the ion-split-pane, it is showing out here. Alright, now you need to remember that if you want to use it in this manner, you have to use the ion-split-pane. If I don't give ion-split-pane, and instead of that, say like if I use this part and I simply comment this up, and out here also let me comment this up and pass Ion app in this manner. Let's see what happens. So now you can see it is almost the same, but we have this menu in this manner. Alright, just like the application one. So if I go to the iPhone again and reload the page, you won't see any impact out here. Alright, so that's how the things actually work. Now I'll change it again to the earlier one. Alright, and this I'll remove it. Now we will see the responsiveness again. There we go. Now if I click on the profile, you can see so now if I click on the profile item, then it's going to redirect me to the profile page, and it is looking pretty nice. Now you can see the design out here also, and it's looking pretty lovely, right? If I click on it again, I'm getting out here. That's working exactly the same I wanted, right? So everything is working as expected. I can just scroll up, scroll down. Everything is working fine. So everything is looking good out here. Let's make it the mobile view only. We have seen how this works. Alright, so we have successfully achieved our side menu design for Ionic 5 and above application. So I hope you guys like the video. So if you like the video, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button and comment below if you have any queries. So with this, I will wrap up this video here. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, stay tuned to the channel. Thank you for watching.